On June 10, 1912, Joseph and Sarah Moore were bludgeoned to death inside their home in Villisca, Iowa. The 4 children and 2 friends who were coming to spend the night were also killed. To the day, the crime remains unsolved. Their home is considered one of the most haunted houses in the country, and guests are drawn to it. People even pay $400 to stay for one night. Tours have been cut short by children's voices, falling lamps, moving letters, and flying objects, says the Villisca Axe Murder House website. And in 2014, a paranormal investigator stabbed himself after spending the night. Skeptics have also left as believers. Edit the website. Number 2, Jane Harlow House in Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles is one of the best destinations for haunted house hunting, and this Bavarian-styled home in Beverly Hills has a particularly gruesome history. Back in 1932, it was home to the iconic actress Jane Harlow and her abusive husband, Paul Byrne, who shot himself in the head while standing in front of the mirror. The butler discovered him and called MGM instead of the police. So there were tons of rumors that it was actually suicide. Many suspected Byrne's ex-girlfriend, a suspicion exacerbated by her jumping off a boat to her death. A couple days later, Jane moved out after his death, but died only a few years later at the age of 26. But wait, it gets creepier. In 1963, celebrity hairstylist Jay Sebring bought the home and lived there with his girlfriend, Sharon Tate, until she left him for Roman Polanski. They were still friends and remained so until both of them were murdered by the Charles Manson cult. Tate was the same age as Harlow when she passed. But back to when the couple lived in the Harlow house, Tate told several friends of creepy occurrences in the home and even mentioned in the interviews. For example, once when she was sleeping in the master bedroom alone, she saw a creepy little man. Her friends said she believed it to be Paul Byrne's ghost. She was at that time so freaked out when she saw the alleged ghost that she ran out of the room and then saw a hanging shadowy corpse with a straw slipping in the hallway. There are also stories about 2 other men dying in the swimming pool over the years. Number 3, Mud House Mansion. It is where located in Fairfield County, Ohio. Until recently, the Mud House Mansion has a bad reputation. Nobody can seem to agree on when it was built, but it dates back to sometimes between the year 1814th and 19th. Unlike the other abandoned mansions on the list, you sadly can no longer visit it, as the home was demolished in 2015 after not being occupied since the 1930s. The last resident, at least legally speaking, was Lulu Hartman Mast, and the current owner of the property is her relative Jan Mast. Because there's so little information is provided about who lived here and when, and because the abandoned places tend to ignite the dark side of imagination, There are tons of legends around alleged atrocities occurring and consequent hauntings. Does it sound very incredible? Well, that's all for today's show. Please drop a like, subscribe, and share this with your friends if this is necessary and you think it is very horrifying enough and make you feel very interesting with it. Stay tuned for more episodes.